Alright, what is up my viewers? Spang here, bringing you yet another World of Tanks gameplay commentary. This is going to be a match in my T110E5, and the map is Winter Himmelsdorf. Standard battle, as if I'm not really actually sure if there is an encounter version of Winter Himmelsdorf. Now, if you notice a slight difference in my microphone quality, that is because I'm using a different microphone, a very good microphone. However, I have noticed that Fraps doesn't really like it. Every other program I've tried using to record, both Audacity and just using Windows playback and sound and everything, makes it sound absolutely amazing, except for my playbacks on Fraps. I tried adjusting something else a little bit before going into this match, but we'll see how well it does. But please, bear with it. I love this microphone for everything except Fraps at the moment. Anyway, if you'll notice, I only have 8 AP shells. You might be wondering to yourself, why does he only have 8 AP shells? And that's because, well, this was when I just got back into World of Tanks a bit. And so before that, I was deployed and I was taking a break and I was a part of the Forge clan. And I didn't want to be useless in the Forge clan, so I said, here guys, here's my account, use my tank in Clan Wars if you need it. And they did a few times. So it's got a Clan Wars loadout per the way the person who was using it before me preferred. And that left me with a lot of heat rounds and very few AP rounds. So, as you can tell right now, this match is going to go very differently than it would normally for me, because I'm not normally one to sling premium around at my own leisure as a normal. But anyway, as you can tell, I am platooned up with a Canadian A. He's a good time friend. He was actually in the Forge clan and he moved over to Fugitive. He is the reason why I'm currently in Fugitive, and this was in between my transition period. That's why I have no clan tags on at the time. I left Forge and then I started talking with him and I said, hey, mind if I join your clan? But anyway, let's get to the match. Right there, getting a solid hit on the Lorraine 40-ton, who's trying to get a little bit greedy. He pulls out again and gets hit once and twice for it, nearly losing his tank right there. And the enemy team sending a lot to that tank alley, a lot more than we sent. 2 tank destroyers and a heavy tank. A heavy tank actually going after our medium tank in the center, and they've got a couple mediums and a light there on the rail yard. Right here, I tried to shoot the 4502B and its underplate. Not quite sure if I actually managed to hit it in its underplate, but still, that's a bad idea in general. If you know anything since the 9.3 patch, which this is a 9.3 client version, the 4502B got a pretty solid buff in its frontal armor. You really don't want to fight it from the front much anymore. If you do, you want to try and shoot for that gun turret on its upper hull or for the hatch on top of its turret. Otherwise, it's basically a rolling hull down tank. You never want to shoot its underplate because 99% of the time you will bounce off of the lower plate. It's not a viable weak point anymore. But now that you know that, you can fight it more effectively and hopefully manage to start taking those suckers down. You won't see them that often. They're still a pretty uncommon tank. Here, this STI pulling out in front, getting nothing but a ricochet off of me, and I will get a solid hit into him. The enemy team managing to have won the rail yard side, and right now this is not looking good for my team. 2-2, but we are very quickly getting folded on. The only place where we have an advantage is the hill. They're already even trying to manage to take our cap. Right here, I'm almost out of AP rounds in this 4502B. Not doing too well for himself. Him and I are kind of duking it out, and at the moment, I'm kind of winning. That STI also managing to take a solid hit in his side. And right here, we will certainly take this hill without much trouble, and it's going to be ours very quickly. However, Canadian determining it's best that he run back to our base and stop the cap, and I said, hey, hang on there, buddy. I'll be there in a minute, but first I've got to try and help our guys deal with these remaining enemy forces so we don't get flanked and destroyed from our backside. Right here, I'm getting quite fed up with this M103 and E75 constantly driving in front of my shots. Our STI really not doing much, and the enemy team pushing right at the center. Tank alley is all but one, and we have a heavy tank running towards a light tank. And I say, you know what? Screw it. We need to make something happen here, and that's just not going to happen on this hill. Not right now. So I fall back. Our M103, clearly a bot or just AFK. I don't know. He was acting a bit funny at the beginning, if you notice. He drove directly into a wall, and he just kind of continued to do so. But right here, Canadian managing to push up towards Tank Alley and run away from those heavy tanks. He wanted support from those to help me fight, blah, 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 blah. He wanted me to help him support fight these E50Ms, and this E50M definitely overextending himself. If you know anything about World of Tanks, it is all about focus fire, eliminating guns as quickly as you can from the match. That means targeting low health tanks and reducing the amount of damage the enemy team can do per second. It's not always about the hit points the enemy team has. Sometimes it's about the number of guns they have to take away yours. And this enemy E50M low on health is running from the back. The enemy team still managing to do a pretty solid job of taking the rail yard side, and also almost about to take the hill here. Right here, I'm not really wanting to pull out in front of two E50Ms at once, but my buddy Canadian A is definitely coming up on him as well, along with the support of a 4202. Managing to take out that one E50M, and the other one will surely fall here. I'm down into my heat rounds, and that means bad news for the enemy team. It's going to be nothing but pens from this point forward. Well, it's going to be more likely nothing but pens as long as I shoot in the right spots. Heat's a bit tricky to play because of the way it aims, especially against an IS-7. I do not like using it against those guys because they have spaced armor, and Heat does not like spaced armor. But anyway, this IS-7 getting a little preoccupied fighting that M103 right here. I will try and take a shot, but due to his rapid stop, I did not manage to get the hit for damage. But fortunately, we had a 4202 in the back, that same ally managing to get the snipe and eliminate him before he was able to get off another shot. Right here, I have an enemy Leopard 1 who I'm just going to blitz on forward, and I will have team support from Canadian as I do so. This T110E5, if you see, I'm juking him out a little bit, trying to dodge and make sure he has no shots on my underplate. The T110E4, not really known for its armor. It has somewhat good armor, but definitely not all that great. The E5, on the other hand, has definitely better armor, but they both have that same weakness of the upper hatch. As you can tell, we have both large machine gun turrets or cupolas, whatever you want to refer to them as. And right here, you see right where I'm aiming on this E4, left and right of its gun mantlet, and I just take him out like it's nothing to it. E5 definitely got a faster rate of fire and a higher DPM, I do believe, than that E4, so that was certainly working in my favor, and I'm still doing quite well for myself with quite a bit of hit points. We managed to certainly take the hill, and this match is turning around very rapidly. Canadian managing to get the hit after I distracted that Leopard 1, and the enemy team really not standing much of a chance at this point due to the fact that the only real threat they have remaining is that Yog Panzer E100, the Yogzilla, otherwise known by many players in the game. This 5100 going to be taking shots at our Leopard 1, at Canadian, trying to eliminate him. And right here, I'm just going to try and blitz him and take him out. Another ricochet for me and a ram kill. So, very happy with my performance so far this match, managing to get a lot of shots off for damage and a lot of enemy tanks destroyed between myself and Canadian. Maybe not directly, but the number of hit points we managed to do together so far has certainly been a contributing factor to our team's continued survival in this match. That Leopard, I'm sorry, not that Leopard, but that 1390 getting taken out by the Yogzilla, and right now I'm trying to play very cautiously based on where I believe he is. I do not want to get shot because even though I can survive one hit from him, I certainly cannot survive two. Right here, he's going to poke out, and I will get a solid hit on him, not before taking a solid hit myself, managing to take out my ammo rack, and unfortunately, I've already used my repair kit, but I know, even with my damaged ammo rack, I reload faster than he does. His reload is approximately 20-some seconds, if I do believe. And right here, solid kill. 3 kills for me, 1 kill from Canadian, but the two of us certainly doing a lot of damage together and just showing that teamwork, managing to come back and take our cap for the win after coming off the hill. But anyway, let's see those post-game stats and see exactly how well we did. And as you can see, I managed to get myself Mastery Badge Ace Tanker, as I said in, I know a previous video, not exactly an easy feat to do in a tier 10 vehicle just because it is harder to perform at the caliber needed to. Not only because let's just say it's because there's a higher caliber of player usually playing in tier 10. Not always, but most people know what they're doing more so at tier 10 than in the lower tiers, and it is even more frustrating when they don't, because it is a tier 10 vehicle and it matters more. But anyway, right here, like I said in the match so many times, myself and Canadian doing quite an amount of damage, and myself getting Confederate, certainly taking it to that enemy team. The only person on the enemy team doing even remotely close to the amount of damage we did was that Yogzilla. And the IS-7 following not too far behind our 4202, certainly doing quite a bit for himself as well. I'm not sure what that 105 next to his name is for. That's a bit curious, huh? Cannot tell you. But anyway, still made credits despite the number of heat rounds I fired, and I did fire a lot of rounds, 21 in total, meaning, let's do some quick head math right now. That would say 13? Yeah, 13 of those were heat rounds, and 19 direct hits, 17 for penetrations. Certainly cannot complain with over 5,500 points of damage. Damage blocked my armor over my tank's hit point. Certainly very happy about that as well. That did earn me shell proof as well as fire for effect. Duelist, Hand of God, and Bruiser. Hand of God is one of those medals that says you got shot a lot by a lot of people and you still managed to survive, so good on ya. I think that's all there is to that medal. Maybe? Yeah, survive the battle and receive damage from at least 4 different enemy vehicles. So, you got... Yeah, I feel I described that pretty accurately. Still, damage due to my assistance because of tracks and such, 789. Overall, just a very good match. I'm very happy with it. And in the end, you know, a little bit of teamwork went a long way. It just goes to show that communication and cooperation are what it's all about in this game, and when it comes to winning, that's what it takes. But anyway, if you like this video, hit that like button. Man, I've been at this for so long and yet I still fail. But if you want to see more, subscribe. If you have a replay you want to submit, there are description instruction things. Yeah, check the description for instructions on how to submit. And if you got suggestions on how I can make my videos or channel better, just let me know in the comment section below and I will definitely take them into consideration, and you may see them iterated. Certainly, I am one to take criticism well, at least I believe so. But until next time, this has been Spang, and I am signing off.